So after we have done the pre-processing with the text data, now the next step is again coming back to some feature engineering. Now, if you remember, in last few lectures I was talking about that right now I am doing the basic feature engineering, but later I'm gonna again come back and do few more feature engineering, and which I'm gonna call it as advanced feature engineering. Now, in order to do that, I need to define few words here. So let me make it more clear. Like the first is token. Token means, let's say if I have word, right, present in my string 1, 2, W3, W4. If you split them, just like if you are coming from Java background, you might have heard about something called as string tokenizer, right? If you don't know about it, just ignore that up. So just like you are splitting it up into different tokens, split each word separately, that is basically called as a token. Okay, simple statement. Stop words we have already discussed a lot into our NLTK part. So it is, and, right, if, and so on. So all these words are called stop words. What is a word? Now word is also a token minus stop words. So like it is basically, word is nothing but a token only, but it is not going to include any sort of stop word like is, and, a, the. So these are the three things which is just to keep you informed, so that it makes our life easy once we go and derive some more sort of feature for it. Now let's understand the first two basically features which we are deriving here. Now the first is telling that it is the ratio of common word count to the minimum length of word count of Q1 and Q2. What does this mean? This means that whatever is the common word count. So let's say I have basically it's going to be for question 1 and question 2. I collect all the words and then I do take all of the basically I took the intersection of them. So I took all the common words being present in both the tokens, and basically then basically when I say this, I'm talking about word here, so I'm not basically considering the stop word. So then I just got all the words from it and then divided by, in Q1 what is the minimum length of the word, and in Q2 what is the minimum length of the word, right? So in this, basically whatever is going to be the minimum out of them, I'm going to just select that and divide it by this. So this is going to define my CWC underscore minimum, okay, which is common word count. You can call it as it is, common word count, and I'm getting the minimum. Similar way, I'm going to calculate or derive a new feature which is for the maximum part. So here again I'm going to take all the common word count. Again I'm going to look at all the common words between Q1 and Q2, and then I'm going to take the length of maximum of either Q1 words or Q2 words, whichever length is going to be maximum. I'm going to divide it by that. So this talks about the first two derivation which we have just done. Now further to this, once we have done this, now if you look at the second part, which is CSC and CSC max. So in this case, we are just going to look at the stop word. So it's called as common stop word count. Okay. So in this case, what we will do, we will look at the common stop words in between question 1 and question 2, divided by again the length of Q1 stop words or Q2 stop word, whichever is going to be minimum, we're gonna choose that. And similar thing, we're gonna do it for the maximum. So we will just divide it with the maximum part to derive this particular column. Now let's also look at the third component out of it, which is your CTC. Now this basically means that common token. So if you remember, the first one was a word count, which do not include the stop word. Now here we're going to look at the token part. So it is going to be common token word count. So here we will look at all the common tokens between them, which will also includes even your stop words, and then basically divide by minimum or maximum. So by this we will derive these 6 column. So this 6 column is what we got, and now further columns we will see to that. Now a question which can come to your mind, that how you even come up with this thought process that this is how you should do it. Again, this will come by practice. Now even I was not an expert while I was solving this problem. I would like to give all the due credit from where I also grabbed this idea. So I have gone through multiple research papers. I have gone through even the solutions what people have provided on GitHub, and I have looked at some top solutions which basically which were chosen to be the top solutions there, and from there I have seen that how those people were coming and deriving up all these particular columns and working on it. So this is how even I got all this insight. So you need not worry about that, how you can get that. So it will all come by practice slowly. Once you will kind of while solving this case study itself, you will come across a lot of different scenarios which will make you learn a lot. So we will see a few more advanced features in further lectures.